Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bob Waldron and welcome to this inbox review. We are going to be taking a look at Eduard's Spitfire F Mk.IX, and it's in 1/72 scale. It's also a weekend edition. You know, they do the Provi Pack editions and all these reboxings and stuff, so the plastic's basically the same. But yeah, weekend editions, you'll get photo etch and all that good stuff. Weekend editions, you don't get all that photo etch and canopy masks and stuff, but this kit comes in at a lovely, you know, I think it's about £12.99. Very cheap actually. So yeah, let's take a look inside and see what we get. Now they did do a 1/48 scale before this, and that kit was absolutely sublime. The Spitfire 1/48 sublime. This one looks like they've just basically downscaled it. So we'll start off with the main piece here, the main sprue, which has got all the lovely surface detail and what this is basically all about. And what I love about this straight away, let's just take a look at the surface detail. You will see that it is absolutely gorgeous, ram-packed with surface detail all over that. Recessed rivets, recessed panel lines, right, absolutely gorgeous, right? I mean, even the rivets have kind of like different sizes depending on where they are as well. Moving along to a bit more of the underside of our wing section. As you can see, I mean, that is like kind of, I've not seen any Spitfires out there with that level of surface detail in 1/72 scale. Absolutely gorgeous, right? That just cannot be beat. This was new tooled in 2016, by the way, so you know, kind of new-ish, shall we say. But again, lovely surface detail along there. I mean, maybe it kind of, some of these recessed panel lines might seem a little bit big for the scale, maybe, but that's kind of, you know, the problem with sort of 1/72 scale, so to speak. But yeah, going over those 90-degree angles, right, we don't get any fading of the surface detail. So there you go, kind of literally all over this surface detail is absolutely gorgeous. Probably the best you could go out there and buy, especially for like £13. This is going to be a really nice Spitfire. As you can see, we've got bits of engine cowl here, which does look like, I mean, they do have a lot of different pieces of the same piece to kind of probably make up for all the different versions that you could probably get out there. Little bit on the inside, yes, we do have a little bit of detail on the inside just there with the cockpit area. Just looking over here as well. Yes, the engine cowl is kind of cut off as well, so I do believe you can have like get engines and stuff for this if you wanted to display that kind of stuff. Moving along, we do have a couple of nice little sprues just here, which all sorts of tail sections and ailerons and stuff, and so as you can have lots and lots of different versions by the looks of it, because there's a lot of repeat pieces. As you can see just there, again, level of surface detail absolutely gorgeous, cannot be beat. Then we have two sprues just here. These are kind of all our little bits and bobs that go on with the kit. We'll have a quick look just over here. Here we have some internal cockpit detail. As you can see, absolutely loads and loads of detail. For 1/72 scale, this is absolutely gorgeous. It really does look like they've just downscaled that 1/48 scale one they did, which was gorgeous, and just brought it down to 1/72 scale, making this actually a very well detailed 1/72 scale kit. We do have fuel tanks and freefall bombs just up here. Again, we've got some landing gear bits there, hubcaps and stuff. Flash isn't looking too bad on this kit either. Let's just flip this around. Shouldn't be any nasty ejector pin marks in any sort of nasty places. I mean, there shouldn't be. No, looking good. Next sprue here, we have a bit more of our cockpit detail showing you know, a bit of the framework. We do have our instrument display panel. I mean, it is well detailed for the scale. You could see a lot of stuff going on there, as well as it's blanked out if you ever do get the Provi Pack edition and have some photo etch. Right, again, a little bit more detail just there. Exhausts, again, we've got different types, a couple of different versions for different ones, depending on what kit you buy. Again, the landing gear, loads of different ones there as well. What else we got? A bit more internal detail here with the doors. Right, as you can just see there, and I do believe we've got some extra sort of fuel tanks that can go on there. Again, surface detail on every piece is absolutely gorgeous. Even our landing gear areas just here, again, all that lovely surface detail. Flip this over, we don't have any ejector pin marks in any nasty places, and again, we're seeing lovely detail just inside there also. So that's all your, well, actually no, we've got our clear part sprues here. We'll just have a quick look just at that. Right, and looking at it, hopefully you could see pretty sort of nice crystal clear, lots of different versions. Again, that kind of pack everything in, so as you can have all the different versions of Spitfires basically. So we've got different canopies for different versions there, just to make it better. I'll just quickly look up to the light. Okay, maybe a little bit of scuffing in the packaging, so maybe a little bit of a buff up there, but looking very clear. No cobweb effects or any nasty stuff like that. Decals or decals. We have our stencils just there, looking, I mean, yeah, I mean, the tiny writing you can sort of read and make it out, which is rather good. We have all our lovely marking bits on here as well. Just get this off for you, which hopefully you could see. Yeah, we can see that the colours look good, everything looks like it's all in registry. Got some funky markings going on. Oh, we even have seat belts and instrument display panels as well, if you want to go down that route also, which is a nice touch. If you don't get the Provi Pack edition, like this weekend edition, you could add deckled seat belts if you like that kind of thing or not. Just a quick look at the instructions now, if I can just find out where I've put them. Just got them just here. Instructions, admittedly, they're weekend edition. I mean, the paper quality isn't as good, so to speak. Maybe saving a couple of pennies there to make it a bit cheap, which I suppose isn't such a bad thing. But yeah, we've got the usual description about the aircraft itself, and we'll move along, and it's going together just like a typical Eduard kind of kit. It is nice how they do. I mean, they're showing the decals for the seat belts on there. Without the photo etch, it does look a bit more simpler than their sort of Provi Pack edition instructions. Right, but yeah, it looks pretty easy and straightforward. They've even got a little bit of colour here and there just to show where bits need to be cut off if you want canopy open or closed. Right, pretty simple, kind of like bringing two fuselage halves together, two wing sections together, and then yeah, you bring that wing section and fuselage half together, and you basically built the model just there. Be careful sort of around here with the engine cowl, you know, just test fit, make sure it's going to go in right, because I could just imagine if you just throw that in there, you know, you could have steps or gaps or something like that that you may need to take care of later on. So do some good test fitting, and that should go in rather nicely. Same goes for these wing tips as well with them. Looking through it, does look pretty straightforward. Looks like it will get you there nice and easy. Does look like you could have your ailerons in different positions, door open, close, propeller looks nice and easy. I mean, we have got 4 markings with this, and it does kind of show you things like the MG guns, you know, what markings have which and what not. So you know, do take note of that. Probably pick what markings you want to do first, so you know where you are as you build along. Yes, we've got some wires to put on here. You know, I do recommend Easy Line for that kind of stuff. Right, then there we come to the markings. I do like the markings because we do get a bit of a nice variety. We get 4 sets of markings. Again, the paper quality is a little bit less, so it's not as nice and visible, shall we say, as their Provi Pack edition instructions, but you know, they still look like they will get you there. You know, nice colour call outs just here. I do believe they're the Mr. Aquarius hobby colour paints as well. This one's the nice dark blue on top, so something a little bit different there. Then you've got your kind of standard markings, shall we say, with the camo pattern and whatnot that you'd normally see with the Spitfire, 2 of them. But then if we throw this over, we also get a nice desert one also. So a nice array of sort of markings there to choose from. Looks quite simple and easy to follow. We do have the stencils as well. Again, that looks pretty easy to follow as well, and pretty sort of clear. And then we've also kind of just shows off all the aftermarket parts you could get for this kit if you really wanted to spice it up, like does that the usual resin cockpit on there, gun bays, and got all your landing gear bits and stuff on there, and bits of photo etch and stuff. So yeah, you know, pretty cool. So all in all, I mean, I gotta say, it's a big thumbs up. It really is probably the best Spitfire out there you could possibly get if you ever wanted to do Spitfires in 1/72 scale, with a load of aftermarket parts to go with it as well if you wanted to go down that route. And going off and getting the Provi Pack edition, you get a bunch of, you know, you get the photo etch, you get the canopy masks, and I do believe you normally get more markings and cool stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a big thumbs up, definitely well recommended. For only £13 you can't complain. Pretty damn new tool, looks just like the 1/48 scale, which just makes this an absolutely no-brainer, best out there on the market. So as always, until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed it.